Hey, folks, it's Dave here, jumping on for a few minutes late night tonight. I just finished up my first game of Payoff Pitch baseball. I just been looking for a new baseball game. Okay, not that I'm unhappy with the ones I have. I just want to try something new, and it was between a few games, and Payoff Pitch was on that list. And I watched a lot of videos, so probably a lot of you people watching this video right now are responsible for me buying this game, because there's so many great videos of Payoff Pitch out there. I don't even want to list who I watch. I probably watch 6 or 7 different videos of Payoff Pitch, and that really helped me decide whether to buy this game and get it now. It's on sale. Today is Monday, November 23rd, a few days before Thanksgiving. This game is on sale over at Sideline Strategy through the end of November, and it's a ridiculous sale. I mean, ridiculous sale, especially for the PDF stuff. So if you're thinking about getting Payoff Pitch, now's the time. I picked it up, and I picked up a lot of the PDF I got. I got the game PDF. I got my team's PDF. I did order the fast action card printed because I didn't want to print out 200 cards. So I ordered that, but everything was on sale. I didn't spend hardly any money on this at all. It just came out really nice. And first of all, let me get rid of, I don't like this color here. I'm sorry. I'm very big into my colors tonight. So let me go, I want to go like some kind of a nice rich green, like that. There we go. Okay, now I feel better. So yeah, go over now, grab this game right now over at sidelinestrategy.com and pick up Payoff Pitch. I highly recommend it. I mean, you most of you watchers probably have already played it anyway, but let me just tell you a little bit about the game I played tonight and how much fun I had. So first thing I did is I ordered the PDFs and I got it in. And I printed out a couple of teams as long as the ballparks. I think I got 73, 77, 79, 82, 85, and 86. I think I got 6 seasons, okay, because they were under $7 a season. Yes, now that's for PDF, so you got to print them out yourself. And so I got them in, and I said, okay, what am I going to print? So I ended up, I went down to Staples. And what I did is, it's because you can see the printed version here. It comes with a board and stuff. I didn't buy that. I just bought the fast action cards printed, and I bought the teams on PDF. So I went down to Staples and I downloaded a lot of the History Maker Golf, the big 11 by 17. Okay. The mats that they have, I think Al Wilson designed them, a few other people, but you can download those for free for History Maker Baseball. So I took all those down to Staples, and I think I printed out like 28 stadiums, and it was like a little over $1 to print it out in full color. So I got 28 stadiums now, big honking pieces of paper or on cardstock. To play now as far as setting up, because we talked about setting up and setting the mood and the whole bit, and I like to do that. I do. I like to have the stuff out on the table. The only thing I didn't bring out, I need to bring out my mini helmets. I didn't bring out my mini helmets tonight, but I went down to Staples and I got 28 stadiums, and I got Fenway and the Yankee Stadium and Dodger Stadium and all the teams I think I would play, or any pitches I'd like. I got a couple of generic ones like Ebbets Field and stuff that I can play on. So I think that would be kind of neat to put down as a base to play on, okay? And just for kicks, okay, is RJL's. Yes, I was watching some of your videos too, and that was big on deciding. A big reason why I picked up this game is what I'm trying to say. So just for kicks, so I took the file down on a thumb drive. I put all 28 PDFs on there. Just for kicks, I threw all the seasons that I bought on the thumb drive, okay? And I went down to Staples, and I was like, okay, how much for the big ones? And they're like, oh, they're like a little over $1. Okay, fine. So I says, well, how much for the little ones? So they called them up. I had 188 pages of PDFs, and for the 6 seasons, because some of these seasons there's like 130 pages of printouts. So the kid did the math, and to put it on a cardstock, not even anything good, but just like a heavier cardstock, it was over $1,200. It's like, nah, just give me the 11 by 17s. So yeah, so I come home with my 11 by 17s, and I said, okay, I'm going to print out the cards myself. And what I did, which was kind of neat, I'm kind of glad I did print out my cards, is I brought them into Photoshop. I just got Photoshop, and I'm going to do a little video on that too. And I'm not that experienced with it, but it does open PDFs. And what you could do is you could bring in the PDF and then bring in a logo and do something like this. So as you can see, I put in a nice little Baltimore Oriole logo on my Orioles card. In fact, they all have it. And even the pitches, as you can see, the pitcher card here. Now, the pitcher card, I had to put a smaller logo up in the corner because the pitcher cards are really small. Let's see if I get that focus for you. But you can see I put a little Oriole logo on the pitcher and another one on the batter one, and they come out great. They come out great, and I'm really happy. So I printed out the Orioles and the Red Sox from '79. Let's get that to focus in a little bit, and you can see I got the Boomer with his card here, and again on the pitchers, because it's a different card, I had to shrink the logo down a little bit and put it up in the top corner on the picture there, if you could focus out a little bit. So I have my cards, the two teams that I printed out tonight. So I have my two teams with all my logos on it, and they look really neat. So that's what so I only printed out two teams. There's no way I'm going to print out 188 pages and cut 188 pages. Oh my gosh. So I think I'm going to have to print as I want to play. But so that was the deal with the cards. So I have my mat from History Maker Golf, all the different stadiums I can use. And I set that up tonight, and I played 79 Red Sox and 79 Orioles. And I'll just tell you about how the game went, and then I'll talk about what I like about the game real quick. We had Jim Palmer facing off, going up against Dennis Eckersley. And Palmer went 7 innings. He gave up 3 runs. And Eckersley went 9 innings, and he only gave up 1 run. And the Red Sox won this one 3-1. Very fun game. We had a sacrifice fly by Evans, scored Rice to make it 1-0 for the Red Sox. And then we had a home run in the 8th by Singleton. That was their only run. It was a home run by Singleton. And then the Red Sox got a pair of runs in the 5th. We had Rice single, Hobson singled, Boomer Scott singled, and then Evans hit a fly ball to sacrifice somebody, and 2 runs scored on that, I think it was. Oh, Jerry Remy also got a triple, and he knocked in a run too. So, that was pretty good. That was a fun time. I think I might have got more than that. Maybe I screwed up my thing here. Yeah, I did. No, the Red Sox actually won 5-1. That's my bad. They got 2 runs here that I didn't count down. The Red Sox won 5-1. Anyway, the Red Sox won. I was more concerned about playing the game than I was keeping the score. But yeah, it was really, really fun. And so let me talk about what I liked about the game. The first thing I like is I like the cards. I mean, the first thing I noticed was the pitcher's card. And let me show you one of the pitcher cards here from the Red Sox. So here's Eckersley's card. What I really like about this, okay, and what caught my attention about this game is you see there's no this card is easy to read, is what I'm trying to say. You roll 2 to 12 and you pick a category, okay? I really like that. I really like how you have to pick a category, and it's not just, all these grids. And I have a couple other baseball games that I really like. And this kind of is like in between the 2 games that I've been playing. So whereas the pitcher's card has all the categories, and that tells you where to go. And a lot of times you're going to go right to the batter's card. So if we take the batter's card here, and you can see that all the categories are on here. So on the batter's card, you can see that you got at the top, you got the wheelhouse. That's really good. And I'm trying to get that to focus. I'm sorry. That just won't focus, will it? See, there you go. So you got wheelhouse, and you got patience, and then you got a tough out, and then you have in play. So you see the 4 categories coming right down the middle here. So they're like right about there. And so those are all sections. And then everything below that is an out. It's so cool how they design these cards, and it looks really busy. I'm like, I'll never figure this out. But when you realize it's almost like looking at a mixing board. If you ever look at a mixing board and you see all the knobs everywhere, and you're like, oh my gosh. But then you realize, well, 32 of those are all the same. They're rows of 32, like on a big sound system mixing board. It's one row just 32 times, and that row does the same thing 32 times. So don't look at it as a big thing. Look at it as one thing repeating. And that's what this does. So the pitcher card directs you to the batter's card, and you get your results usually. Sometimes you have to go to the ballpark card. I really like this. I like games that throw in an extra card here. It's a little bit of variety. So here's the Fenway Park card. And again, so you go to the card and you determine if it's in the wheelhouse or if it's in play, or sometimes you need a range or an error check. And it flows. And I'm not even a big baseball guy, but this flowed so nice. It just did. And games have to flow for me. They really do. So it's like, so I watched all the videos that a lot of you did, and it just made so much sense. And I was like, man, this is fun. This is fun. And I think I can do this, because I was leaning towards a couple of other games. And the more I watched, the more I realized, boy, there's a lot of symbols here, a lot of things that have two different meanings. You know, a strikeout's not really a strikeout. A walk's not really a walk. A home run's not really a home run. You have to do all these other things. And it's like, so I don't know about that. So with this game here, I liked how it just, the pitcher had the categories, and then that sent you to somewhere to go check it out. And it's really kind of easy. It really was. And then even sometimes you have to get on a rabbit hole with this game here. And sometimes you need to go and need to check a chart here and a chart here, but it's easy. I couldn't believe it. How, if I had to go here and do a defensive check, it took me one time to read the directions and figure out, okay, so if I'm not reading off the card, which most of it's off the card, but if you have to go to the chart, oh my gosh, it was a piece of cake. It really was. Okay, well, I'm going to go here. I check this guy. I come back here. I roll on this, and that's what it is. That's what we got. And you go to the other chart, and then it's, sometimes it even tells you like where the ball was hit. It's like, look at this dice to tell you where it's hit. I look at that dice. Okay, it's a line drive to left field. I was like, it just works. It just worked for me. It really did. And I didn't get stuck. I didn't get frustrated. And I watched, like I say, 5 or 6 or 7 videos. So I had a pretty good idea how the game was going to play even going in. Okay. So I kind of cheated. I didn't go in cold on this one. When I sat down, I had a pretty good idea what I was going to do. But then once you sit down, you actually have to do it, And I did. And I had my charts. Like there was 3 or 4 pages of charts I had. I was kind of hoping for a smaller footprint, but you do need to have the charts there when you read off of, especially off the ballpark card. You need the charts, and sometimes base running too. But it worked. I had no issue at all. I did have a couple of base running questions where I had a guy on first and second, and I got a single. And if I read the dice right, the guy on second was not allowed to score. I could be wrong. So I posted on Delphi to say, hey, could I try to score? Or is this definitely a no? There was another play where I had a shallow fly ball to right field. Dwight Evans made the catch. Al Bunbury was on third base. And I was like, I'm going to try for home. And I read on like what would happen if he went home. And I read like the arm rating and the whole bit. And I think I did it right. And I rolled a 12. So he was gunned down at the plate. So Bunbury never had a chance. But it makes sense. Even like double plays, it's a ground ball. And then you look and just check the double play ratings. And if it's below, he's out. Oh, if it's above, it tells you what happens. It's like, I'm liking this. I really am. It's really a lot like that replay basketball game I've been playing. By the way, I think that's going on sale this week. So Friday, I think. So line up for that. Whereas, it's like if it's higher, then it's this. If it's lower, it's this. And it just flows. It really goes well. RJL, so you love them both. Yeah, yeah. I was almost this close to inside pitch, and then I found payoff pitch. And I think it was the pitcher's card that did it for me, because that just made the game easier, having the categories instead of the grids. And then you had the player grid. And I started to get a little confused with that. So I'm not giving up on it by any means, but when I found payoff pitch, I said, but this is more of a game for a casual baseball guy, which is what I am. Okay. And Ollie, late night Dave, yeah, I should try out Paradise. I have tried out Paradise Hockey. I have tried it. It's okay. I need to spend more time with it. It's probably been about a year since I played it. But what I liked is they had an AHL season with the Worcester Ice Cats, and I had season tickets for 10 years to the Ice Cats. And so I have one of their teams I can play that I printed out. So I need to get back to that. In fact, I although my PDF is tiny, so I gotta find somebody who might have bigger PDFs that I can print out for those cards. But I have tried Paradise Hockey. It was fine. It was fine. But I mean, the hockey I'm playing now, I got my favorites that I just really enjoy playing. But I will get back to Paradise. But getting back to Payoff Pitch here, yeah, it went pretty well. It took me a long time to play because I just took my time. But we'll see again. Yeah, at some point I'll if I can figure out Paradise, if that's what you're asking. So you're playing WHA 7273. That's neat. I got 7273 WHA for Hockey Blast, and I played a game the other night. Cleveland Crusaders with Jerry Chivas taking on the Edmonton Oilers. I played a game the other night. That was fun. So Payoff Pitch, yeah. So the cards are easy to read, especially the pitcher's card. The batter's card, it looks like a big jumble mess, but it's really not. It's all categorized really nice. They did a good job of this. When you go to the ballpark card, you got to check defense. I didn't have any issues checking that. I like the idea that, you would look at a dice roll and that would tell you where the ball was hit. That really kind of added to it, and there was, I think I had a range check on Dwight Evans and he just barely snuck in there. And so he made the catch in deep right field. That was really cool, and then Rice made a catch like that too. And just everything worked. Everything worked. The charts were very readable. I think after I did something a couple of times, it was a piece of cake. My only issue now is I didn't try bunting. That's the one thing I didn't try. I didn't try a bunt. So, but I think they have a basic bunt, which is kind of cool too. So I didn't try bunting. And some of the stealing, I think there's 3 different stealing modes, and I went with the simplest one, which just was if the dice roll was less than his number, he would steal. And I think I had 1 stolen base attempt, and I think he got it. So I think I followed through with the stealing pretty good. But I didn't try any bunts. I didn't try any hit and runs. I didn't bring the infield in. So I just kind of played a generic game, just get the feel of it. And aside from that one question that I had, as far as, 1 out, man on second, and getting a single, can I try to score or not? That's the only question I really had to this point. But aside from that, big thumbs up for this game. And this game come out of nowhere. I don't know why. I was in a baseball mood because I've been playing so much hockey and a little bit of football. I was like, let me go play. And basketball I've been playing too. I says, I need to get back. I want to find a cool baseball game. And so I picked out some of the seasons that I liked, and Payoff Pitch has been the one here, and really enjoyed my time. The only thing is now, like I said, I have 6 seasons that I like to be a completionist. I like to print them all out and have my seasons full. And man, if I print out 6 seasons, it's going to be up to here over here in my house. So I think what I'll do is as needed, I will just print out a team and play a team. That way I can drop the logo in and make it look nice. Now, these are just my cards that I printed out here on some 80-pound stock, and they work pretty well. But from what I hear, the stock cards that they do are unbelievable. So I can't wait to see the stock cards come in for the fast action cards is what I'm trying to say. And the basketball game, I think he said, was going on sale too. And that sideline strategy basketball game, that looked really cool. And if it's on sale and it's the same price as the basketball game, I am absolutely picking that up in a couple of seasons. And I'll have him print out the FACs like he did with the baseball. So I'll at least have a couple of seasons of basketball to play. I think that's going to be a longer game, so I'm not going to get a ton of seasons, but I'll probably pick up a couple of good Celtic seasons and play. And so just kind of wrapping up. Also, you have every season. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, just they're inexpensive enough for the PDF. It's just you still have to print them and cut them. And I've been doing a lot of printing and cutting. I've been doing so much printing and cutting between the Hockey Blast and the Strat stuff I bought and a couple of the other things I got. Man, I've been doing a lot of printing and cutting. I really have. You like the Pro Strategy Football? Yes, that is fun. I need to get back to that. Pro Strategy Football. 2021, I think it is. It's great. It's $20 on Steam. I don't know if they'll have a Black Friday sale. It is fun. Now, again, I don't know how accurate and statistically accurate that football game is. I honestly don't know. And that's one of our topics over here. You can't see this, but this is a super secret list that me and Ron keep as far as talking about topics for Digital to Dice. So I can't show it to you because it's super secret. But one of the things that we were kicking around is statistical accuracy versus just the fun of the game. And for me, you don't want anything outrageous, but for me, fun is probably the biggest thing. I want to have fun when I play the game. I had fun tonight. Was it statistically accurate? I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. Jerry Remy hit a triple. Jim Rice got a single and scored. Singletary for Baltimore hit a home run. Exley went the distance. Palmer pitched well. All looked good to me. I'm not a nitpicker on that. So for me, this had a good storyline tonight. It was really fun. And so I need to go and play a series, I think, because, I want to print out teams and I don't want to just play once. I want to play a bunch with them. So Larry says the cards are top notch, very sturdy. That's what I hear. So that's why I got the fast action cards to them. I might look, depending on the sale, maybe I'll go and order another season, have him print it and send it to me. I'm not sure if the cards are actually on sale. I know the facts are on sale, but I don't know about the team cards. But again, being a casual baseball guy, I really don't want to drop, 30, 40, $50 a season on a game because when I can, print out what I need here and have my fun. But I did hear they're unbelievable. So maybe if I got them in, I would say, oh yeah, I need to get those. But here, like I said, I can print them out here. And I don't know if you saw this earlier, but I just printed them out on some 80-pound stock. And I threw in some logos on Photoshop. I even threw some logos in on the pitcher's card. And it's a smaller logo, but it works, and this made me happy that I sat down and I had my History Maker baseball mat of Fenway Park, and I had my Red Sox with the Red Sox logo, and I had my Orioles with my Orioles logo, and that made me happy tonight. It was fun. It really was. And I just should have put logos on the parks. I didn't put logos on the parks. But good time tonight. Let's see, back in the chat. Seals replay shooter hockey. How do you find the goalie that played in each game? If you go to prohockeyreference.com, and you click on the NHL season you're looking for, and then click on the Seals, you can actually bring up their entire schedule for that season, and you click on the game box score, and it'll show you the goalie that played. It won't give you the lines. That's the thing. So you don't know which player played with who, but it'll tell you, I think it'll tell you the roster for that game and who got points, but it won't tell you the actual lines. But it will tell you who's in net. And that's what I did too. Because I have my Strat season going, and I think I have an Action PC going. And I went in and I found the first 10 games of the season that I was playing, and I put in the actual goalies from there. You can also go to NHL.com. It's hard to find, but I think if you just Google search a certain game, you can backdoor your way into NHL.com because they have backloaded. I don't know if they did 30, 40, 50, 60 seasons. They've backloaded all the box scores from what they had. So you can go to NHL.com and find out what happened too. It's difficult to find on their website. I don't know why they made it so difficult to find, but it's not easy to find. But if you search for a particular team or season and look for NHL.com and it's like an archives or whatever, you can call it up and find that season. And I've gone back in to that site and I printed out who played in a couple of Stanley Cup Finals games because I think it tells you who played it on the NHL. And I printed that out too. So there's two places you can go. The NHL.com, which is a little more difficult to find, but I think they might do a little bit better job than Pro Hockey Reference. But there's the two of them there. The logos come out okay. I mean, again, if you really look at them, they're a little fuzzy. But I got a decent laser printer, and these are just 80-pound cards. They're nothing fancy. But I put everything on 80 pounds. I did order some 110-pound stock that should be here tomorrow, so I might try that. But again, the thicker it is, the harder it is to cut, the more your hands hurt. And with arthritis, that's not fun. 80 pounds seems to work pretty good for everything I need to do. But I did order a little ream of 110, And I saw someone that picked it up at Walmart. I should go see if Walmart has it here, because there's a Walmart by me. But Staples doesn't have it in stock, and Amazon, it usually has something. But yeah, I'd like to find something at Walmart, something a little closer to do that. So yeah, Payoff Pitch, first game tonight. I think I screwed up. I think it was actually 5-1 on my sheet here, if I'm looking here, because it was 1-0 in the second. Rice scored, and no, maybe it was just 3. Yep, maybe it was just 3. So the fifth inning, 2 runs. Yep, maybe that was, because Remy tripled. That was kind of cool. Jerry Remy got a triple, and it said it was he hit his right field. So he swung it down the line by the pesky pole and it rolled around down there. So that was kind of neat. And so we got a couple of runs in that inning. Rice singled in Rice singled in Remy, I think it was. I forget what it was, but it was a good time. We had a guy on base. No, I think Remy tripled. Burleson singled him in, and then Rice scored. I don't know what it was. I'm screwing. I'm tired, but just anyway, it was fun. Sox won. They beat Jim Palmer. It was just fun going back and playing that. The game flows, and I know a couple of people had talked about the charts, how the charts were intimidating. They're really not. And from what I hear, the fast action cards that are coming in, they eliminate most of the charts, which would be great. And I can see me playing this like shootout, whereas I roll the dice to look at what happened, and then if I need to, if I'm not reading it, so you look at the pitcher card, and then you look at the batter card. If that doesn't resolve it, or if you don't go to the batter card, if you need to go to the ballpark and do a check on the defense or the error rating or something like that, the fast action cards do that. And it'll even tell you if you get a single, with the guy goes, because the guy scored, does he not score? So I think the fast action cards will really speed this game up. So when they arrive, I'm looking forward to playing with those in combination, like a combination of the two, because I still want to roll the dice, but the fast action cards will help you with the rest of it. So that's what I do with shootout. Shootout hockey is I roll the dice so I can get something, and then I flip the fast action cards, and it just speeds it up so much. But you actually get the dice roll. I really do like that. Hey, Todd's here. Looking forward to some replay basketball games. Yes, as soon as that goes on sale, I think it's Friday. As soon as that goes on sale, I'm grabbing that. I still have the demo, and I'm still playing that. I'm still loving that. I couldn't find the simulcast though, so maybe it's not in the demo because it's only at 20% of the season. It's not the full season, because I looked at the top of the page and I didn't see it. So I'm kind of hoping maybe I go online, I can see someone else that has the actual game, and maybe I can see if the simulcast are there. But I did see where you could stop the game with 2 minutes left if it's 4 points or closer. So I think it would play the games in the background and then stop, and I could go play that when I'm done or something like that. But I couldn't find the simulcast option. So hopefully if I buy it, it'll be there, because that would be fun. I mean, how cool is that? You're playing your game and it's okay, whatever. And I was like, oh, look at the score over here. It's the Lakers and whoever, the Nuggets. That's a 4-point game with 2 minutes left. Let's go play that out. That could be fun. What I'm gonna do. Hi Joseph. Yes, I'm gonna get some Gridiron Wars when that goes on sale. I do want to do that video. That might be a bit, because I think that's gonna be a long play game, and it's probably a lot to learn. But yeah, there's no Gridiron Wars video, so I'm hoping to get that and put one up. So yeah, I'm looking. That's on my list. Even if I just get one season, I want to try the Gridiron Wars. So yeah, that should be a fun one. But yeah, so many things looking forward to, and what I'm thinking about doing, right? And what I tend to do is I tend to like combine games and helpers, because when I did the Final Score, I did the entire 70-71 NHL season using Final Score by Downey, just a quick play game, right? It took me better part of a week, and I remember I was going into work at the rink, and I was writing, because you like, it's the offense to the defense, and then you factor in home ice advantage, and then you have your final results, and that's what you roll on. And there was a lot to that, because there was 800 games or 700 games. I had to set all that up. But I remember going into the rink and I would be scorekeeping and I would bring my stuff in and I'd be like, okay, so it's New York, Detroit. New York is home. Here's this, here's that. And I'd be doing like almost my homework there at the rink, setting up these score sheets, getting ready to roll at the rink. That was kind of cool. But what I did is I used the Strat Helper, not the Strat Hockey PC program, but the Strat Helper. And I set that up and I put all my scores into the helper from Final Score so I could keep my standings. So I was kind of combining games. And that's kind of what I'm doing here with this is I'm using the History Maker baseball mats and I'm using that as my backdrop for Payoff Pitch. And that's kind of fun. And what I'm thinking about doing is getting the Replay Basketball. And I think they have a couple of the same seasons as Sideline Strategy Basketball. And I think Todd, I think you were the one that told me that you can input stats into the Replay PC Basketball. So if you played the board game, you can put it in. Well, I might do that. I might play some of the Sideline Strategy Basketball and just input the stats into Replay. Probably not what you're supposed to do, but right, might work. Either that or maybe I'll pick up a season of the Replay Basketball. I'm not sure. I might do that depending on how much the replay is. Maybe I'll grab a season of that. But if the basketball plays as smooth as Payoff Pitch does, I'm going to love it. I really am. So Donnie has a sale 15%. Oh, it's going on now? Okay, then I'll have to check that out. Hi, Robbie. How's it going? So if Donnie has this sale, I'll have to check on that tomorrow. You can input stats from other basketball games in the replay. Yeah, that's what I figured, you know. I might go look into the Replay Basketball game a little bit more, like the board game there, because once in a while it is fun to flip the dice. But the Payoff Pitch today, if you haven't got it or you need some seasons, go get it now. It's on sale. It's on a ridiculous sale. Okay, as long as you get the PDF, okay, and print it out yourself. But it's ridiculous how inexpensive this game is. And if the basketball is the same, I was talking to Ron the other day. I was like, I'm going to get a couple seasons. I mean, how can you not? It's just not that expensive. And depending on what the Replay Basketball is, maybe I'll pick up a couple of seasons and play that along with that. But I am going to play some 85, 86 Celtics. It'd be fun if I could play some on a tabletop and the rest just let the computer handle. So I'll see how hard that is to do. But I tend to combine all that because it's, it's your games. Do what you want with it. And so if I can use this to help me with this game, or I can play some games here. I wish there was a way I could put some of the shootout stuff into my Strat game, but you can't. Strat locks you down like that. Doesn't let you. PC Replay does the same thing, so you can score a game from Payoff Pitch as long as you have the same season. Okay, that might be kind of interesting. Yep. So maybe I'll pick up that just and let I can input my game and let the computer just kind of play out the rest and play the season out that way. That might be kind of neat. Because that's the one thing I wish you could do with Strat Hockey is play a game on the tabletop and input it into the PC so you don't have to play every game and you keep all your stats, and they don't do that. So it looks like I got to do that with baseball and basketball. So my favorite sport, I can't do it, but I can do it with some other ones. So, what kind of cardstock do I use to print onto? I right now I'm using 80 pound, like a really 94 bright white 80 pound paper. See if I can get it. Hang on. So this is what I've been using. You can see this Hammer Herald Premium Color Copy, 80 pounds. That's what the paper is, 80 pound. A lot of people like to use the 110 or more, but I found 80's fine. It's a lot thicker than any, it's pretty good, and it doesn't jam up my printer. So I ordered 110 pounds, so we're gonna try that tomorrow. I don't know what my printer actually handles. It says it can go up to 200 because when I go into the properties, it says, you can go up to 200, but I don't know what Staples used. Staples did all my shootout hockey stuff back in the day. In fact, they even did all the fast action cards, and it come out pretty good. And and they even cut them for me. I don't know how the hell they did that. She's like, "You want me to cut them for you?" I was like, Could you? So they put them on the laser and it cut them. So I have the drive-through shootout cards, which are awesome, but I also have the ones that Staple did. So I got 2 sets of shootout cards here that I could play with. So that's what I use mostly, is the 80-pound here when I print here. If you try to get something too crazy, it gets really expensive, especially if you try to go something glossy. Because I really liked how these cards looked here for Payoff Pitch. It's like, oh, I'll get some really nice quality paper and print them out here. And it's like, yeah, not at that price. I'm not gonna get quality paper. I'm not gonna spend a buck a sheet on this stuff here. So it's just thicker than Strat cards. Hang on a sec. I don't think so. They're close. Okay, 80 is really not that bad. I think there's 110. There's one above 110 that sometimes people use, but it's pretty close to Strat. It might be a little bit less, Robbie, so what we got going on there, Robbie? Thinking about 79 is cheaper for Payoff Pitch, and yeah. It's whatever works for you. I grabbed the seasons that I liked because I have all-star lineup baseball too, and I have 80 and 82 or 78 and 82, something like that. But I have a couple of the seasons that I really like with all-star lineup baseball, and I still play that. I still like that game too. And that reminds me a lot of this too. That's why one of the reasons I like Payoff Pitch, because it feels like it's very similar to that one there. And hi, Neil. Thanks. I'm just kind of just wrapping tonight. As I just played some of this game here tonight, Payoff Pitch. It's on sale. It's a fun baseball game, and as just a casual guy like myself, I'm really enjoy it. The customer service has been really good. I actually when I first bought it, I was throwing all the seasons into the cart. I was like, okay, I'll get all these seasons, and then I backed off a little bit. Well, I ended up putting in 2 seasons. I bought 2 PDF seasons by mistake. And they emailed me and they said, hey, you bought 2. I think you messed up. I said, I did. And so they're like, we'll have to, give us some money back. So they didn't have to. They could have just kept it. It wasn't a lot of money, but just to be an upfront like that means a lot. When someone, and I do that too with my hockey league. If someone, pays me, they overpay me and say, hey, you gave me a couple bucks too much. And sometimes they say, just don't worry about it. Another time they say, oh, okay. And I'll put it towards my next season or something, So, so he goes to Trivia Pursuit games at Goodwill and he glues his cards to a Trivia Pursuit card stock. That's interesting. Yep. That's an interesting way around it. I belong to a print and play group on Facebook, and it's really neat what they do, and it's really not sports related. It's just kind of a lot of independent people. But boy, I tell you, the setups these guys got, the cards they print, they got the corner crimpers that round the corners and do all this stuff. And some guys, they print and they laminate and they trim, and it's amazing what these people do in their house, and they show you how to do it. And it's like, wow, that's just pretty amazing. If you got the time to sit and print out and get it to the edge so it doesn't bleed, and you cut it off just right, then you laminate it, or you do this, and their cards, they're just fantastic. So I enjoy watching the people in that group. Yeah, sometimes it's fun to buy teams and not seasons, but I mean the PDFs are, like I said, I'm not going to print out every team. I don't think I'm going to. There's just no need for me to print out every team. So I'm going to print out, I'll probably print out, like I say, this is the, all the ballparks for 79. So I'll print out the ballparks so I have them, but I will just, I'll just print out the teams as I need to, even though it's irking me that I want to sit and print them all and have them all, but that would be, a lot of ink, a lot of paper, and weeks worth of cutting. So that'd be cutting into my game time, as we talked about on the show. And so, so I need to let my OCD settle down and just print what I need and play that game, and then, chip away at it, so to speak. Playing cards. Yeah. That's what the shootout hockey cards from Drive-Thru are on playing cards, basically. And they're phenomenal. They shuffle like a deck of cards. They play like a deck of cards. They have that deck of cards feel. Oh, they're nice. I mean, these are okay. They feel okay, but they're not, like I say, they're just hand cut, so they're not nice. When I line them up, they're off because I'm just manually cutting them on the line. So some are taller, some are shorter, and but for me, they're fine. But when you get the professional ones, they're really nice. Free electronic fast action cards for most. Oh yeah, if you go to the Lewis Research, I didn't even think of that. Lewis Research has a flipper for Payoff Pitch. And I discovered that somebody was doing a video on that. I forget who it is. I'm sorry, I forget who it was. It might even be someone here in the chat room. That they did that. They did a game using the Lewis Research fact flipper, and it's like I should really try that. I mean, I got the facts coming in, but you could use the flipper for it. So I could actually play right here in my table here, and maybe stream it with the fact flipper. So I think the fact deck, though, is more special to this game, though, right? It might be. It might be. What the fast action card does, it gets rid of your dice rolls and it gets rid of your charts for the most part. I don't know if it gets rid of all of them, but it tells you, like I say, what happens in the whole bit. And so it's supposed to, I think it'll speed up the game because you probably won't have to look up on the chart as much. Not that you do a lot of chart looking up, but if for some reason it doesn't get resolved on the card, or if you need to look up a double play, or if you got to use the ballpark card, then you get on a small little rabbit hole to find out what it is. You got another roll or two. So, but again, I didn't get lost at all tonight. I really enjoyed this game. I'm surprised how much I actually enjoyed it. I really did. And I'm kind of hoping that the baseball game's good. And I got to check out the replay stuff and the inside pitch stuff. And I like finding games like this because this was really fun. This was really fun tonight. And okay, Bill Carter says, yeah, it is from Lewis Research. Okay, good. Yeah, some of the Lewis Research stuff is really good. Some of it I found that, like the shootout one, I didn't care for the shootout one because I had a hard time. It was laid out a little different, and I had a hard time following it. I would rather use the shootout helper. The shootout hockey helper is great because it's got the fast action cards. It's a random card every time, and you can keep score and get a box score. I love that little helper. I love helpers. I probably need to find a baseball helper now. So I don't know if anybody recommends one on the computer here, so I could maybe on the one browser have the Lewis Research flipping the cards, and then over here keeping track of it, and then I could just look down and figure out what it is here off the card. That would be kind of fun. So I'll have to check out that link later. I think I have links disabled in the chat because there were people posting links that would get me in trouble. So I don't think I can have you. I'll have to go back and approve the link after the video. So it's probably not going to show up. Yeah, I think it's on sale now. Payoff Pitch is on sale now, and it's through the end of the month, so you got another week. But I think that the PDF game was, I don't know, $7, $5. I forget. Just to get the parts, it wasn't that much. And all you need to do is print out the charts. You don't need to print out all the fast action cards if you want to. You get them if you want to print them. But I just printed out, I think it was, I like to print out the directions so I can have them handy. But then you just print out the charts. I think there was 4 or 5 charts. And there's only 2 of them you really use a lot. So the others I had off to the side and only picked them up when I needed them. And then I printed out my teams and I come out of it and it wasn't a lot of money. And here I am doing a video on it. And I've already talked to the guy that does the game a couple of times on email. He's been super nice about it. I can't, we'll be talking about this on the show. I'm sure. And I might even get his basketball game, So again, first impressions. We talked first impressions on the show. My first impression of this game is excellent. My first impressions on customer service is excellent. And I'm hearing good things about the cards that he does. So everything so far has been excellent about this game. And I'm not even a baseball guy. I'm really not. I enjoy my 70s and my early 80s baseball when I was a teenager because I played ball for many years, and I still have baseball cards somewhere over here behind me. I still kept all my baseball cards. And so that's what I can recognize all these guys from the baseball cards. And I really enjoy playing that era. And I kind of wish they had 1980 because I really like that Phillies and Royals World Series, and I've played that with other games and had a lot of fun with it. So I really kind of wish that they would get 1980 in there. That's the one season I really enjoy playing is 1980. So, but anyway, so I didn't mean to go on this long here, but we had some people in the chat. So before I sign off, anything you guys want to talk about here real quick before I sign out, or any questions about Payoff Pitch? Again, I played one game, so I can't really tell you, how it plays or answer questions about the game. But you know me, if you've listened to the show, if you've seen the channel, I get frustrated really fast if I can't figure it out. And if I can't figure it out really fast, I usually don't play it, or I don't want to play it because I get frustrated. It's like, forget it. Payoff Pitch, no frustration, a lot of fun. I like looking on the cards to try to figure out what's going on. And then sometimes it's an out automatically and you don't even have to worry, but I like to find out what happened. And they say you don't have to. Like if there's nobody on base and it goes over the number here, you roll like a 95, it's an out. It's automatic out. Anything over, a certain number is always going to be an automatic out. But I still look. It's like, oh, okay, G5. That's a ground ball to third base. I think G5 is, or it's F8. That's a fly ball to center. And I like that. I like to follow that up because when I play, I broadcast. And I was upstairs tonight in Studio C all by myself, broadcasting a game. And it was fun. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to see where it went. Fly ball to center. Okay. Freddie Lynn goes back, makes the catch, and that retires the Orioles here in the third. And that's how I have my fun. So first impressions of Payoff Pitch. Very happy with it. Get it on sale. Even, get it now. You won't, it's the price you pay for this game and what you get. It's unbelievable. It's a well-designed game. And I'm not dumping on any other game. So don't be saying, oh, wow, no, I'm not comparing this to any other game. I'm not saying this is better than any other game. I'm just saying for me, casual baseball guy, what I look for, this has filled that spot for me. This has filled the hole. I can follow it. That's a big thing for me is when I roll the dice, I want to know what happens. And there's a lot of games, a lot of hockey games and even some football games that I roll the dice and just no clue. There's just way too many variables, way too many things going on, way too many things to check. And it just wasn't fun, and I couldn't get through it. And I just put it off to the side because it just wasn't fun. This wasn't that way. This spells it out pretty good. I got to say, the videos on YouTube are fantastic. I don't know if I'll do one. If I do, I almost hate to because there's so many good ones out there for Payoff Pitch that I wouldn't want to go and ruin it. But I suppose I could do like a first impressions. This is what I figured out about the game type of thing. It's for someone who's never played it, maybe. But there's been so many good videos out there. I would hate to throw my hat in the ring and just have a yucky video, but I might do something just because I like it. And as you can tell, I've been on here for 48 minutes rambling on about a baseball game of all things, a baseball game that I'm rambling on about that I really enjoy. So I'm going to jump out here. I hope everybody's having a good night. We got Black Friday sales coming up. Some are already going on. So I need to go to the Downey page right now and check that out because somebody said that Downey's sale is already going on. A lot of places are already going on sales. But the Payoff Pitch is going on sale. I think he said the basketball game's going on sale. I don't know if he said Wednesday or Friday for this here. So I got a lot of stuff to do. I did my wish list video the other night. And here's my wish list here. The Replay PC Basketball is a must-buy. Maybe I might even get a season of the board game, too. So then I have a couple of basketball games to play. The Downey, the Final Score Football, I definitely want to get that. Gridiron Wars, that's on the list. Red, White, and Blue Racing, maybe. That I'm not sure. It's not a huge sale. I think you save like $7 or $8 if you buy it. It might be kind of fun. But I'm picking up some really cool things here. I was looking at the Fast Action Racing by Downey, but that's still, I mean, to get into that, that's a $25 game, and it's like a quick Downey game. That's expensive for Downey, so I don't think I'll get that one. But maybe I'll look at the replay baseball, so I could enter some stats. Or was it the inside? What one we were talking about? You could input the stats in, so I could play the game on the table. What game was that? I have to go back and look at the chat. I don't know if that was Robbie that said that you could go back in on a particular baseball game and play it on the table and upload the stats. So that's PC replay baseball. Okay. Now, the only problem I had with that is I think I tried to play that, and that doesn't hold your hand. You need to know the lineups and put them all in. And I just kind of wanted to click a button, have the AI put in the lineups, and I was like, oh boy, I don't know. So I might have to look into that. But that'd be kind of fun to play on the tabletop and let them play the other game. So maybe I'll have to go back and look at that. A PC replay baseball. Okay, maybe I'll have to go back in and look at that if I can input stats and see what it is. But I mean, it's still a $50 game, though. I know it's going to be on sale, and I don't like baseball quite that much. I'd rather print out my little PDFs here and play my onesie twosies than to do a whole season. Baseball is a long season. That's the other thing. It's really a long season. So is basketball too, I guess, and especially because the basketball game's so long. But I don't know. I really like that basketball game. I do. I really do. So, all right, folks. Well, I'm going to jump out here. Just want to come on tonight, talk about Payoff Pitch. Sometimes when I get excited about stuff, I just like to talk about it, especially when it's fresh in your mind. I just played the game, and I get things that swirl through my head that I thought I would like to share. That's all. So, let's see. So we got Thanksgiving Thursday. Digital to Dice is on Wednesday, so we can talk about some of the Black Friday sales that we're aware of. Some will be fired up by then. Some won't be firing up till Friday, but we'll let you know what we know or what we've heard should be happening. And hopefully you guys can get some good games. Hopefully I can get some good games too. I know Jucket's looking at getting some stuff too. So hopefully we'll have a good Black Friday. It's been a very difficult year. And let me tell you, this game here, it really made me happy. It did. It really, really made me happy playing this game tonight and finding this game and getting the good customer service and finding that and even with PC replay basketball, the Delphi group is so good. The people are just willing to help you out, and so that's been fun too. So you can enter a game and click a button and brings you to the play results. You can click on okay, I'll have to check it out. I downloaded it and I got stuck with it. I was like, I don't know. So, but all right, folks. Well, I'm Dave. Thanks for tuning in. Again, this was my initial impressions of Payoff Pitch Baseball. It's on sale. I picked it up. I played my game tonight. I really, really like this game. I'm hoping to play more of it. I'm hoping to set it up and maybe replay some World Series because that could be a lot of fun. Boy, they just did a good job of this game. The flow. I keep going back to the flow. This game flows. And even when you go to the chart, sometimes you go to the chart and you come back to the card. It flows. And I just need to get a little bit better with the base running. And I think that would be my last hurdle. And again, like I said in the directions, just play baseball. And if you want to do something in the game, do it. Just, if the guy's not rated for a bunt and you want to make him bunt, make him bunt. Just have some fun with it, So I'm Dave. And we'll talk to everybody again Wednesday night. Be looking for that Wednesday or maybe Wednesday afternoon. Digital to Dice Black Friday sale updates, and then not sure when we're coming back after that. Juckets will be live this week. I imagine probably tomorrow. So we'll talk to everybody later. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.